Cheers! Welcome to my channel. This is a tarot oracle reading, and this is for the full moon on July 29th, 2026. And Sagittarius, you are the star of this astrological insight. If your sun sign is not Sagittarius, we all have a little bit of Sagittarius in us somewhere. If you do have your birth chart, which house is Sagittarius in, that's where this energy is most likely to show up for you. This is a general or collective reading, so just take what works for you and leave the rest. All right, starting with the underlying energy for the reading and for the full moon, we have the Magician. So the Magician is talking about an energetic upgrade. This is saying that as above, so below, 100% infinite potential to the power of infinity and beyond. And this is talking about taking your thoughts and bringing them down to earth. As above, so below, creating a beautiful garden. And you have all the tools you need on the bench here. You just need to learn which tools to use and when. And that will give you all the opportunity to create the garden or the life that you want. And so this is awesome energy for the full moon. The full moon is on July 29th. It is in the sign of Aquarius. And this Aquarius energy is talking about, individualism, as well as being, looking after the needs of the individual and maintaining that sovereignty at the same time as looking after the needs of the group or the collective. And the opposing energy across the wheel from Aquarius is Leo. So Leo is, the sun is in Leo right now. And the energy opposing the Aquarius energy across from the wheel is Leo. And this is about the sun shining light on any hidden illusions or secrets that are being held in the moon energy. And so this is talking about the main theme behind this reading is actually like Aquarius energy is very individualistic as well, but they have a tendency to be more open to collaborating with different energies, whereas the energy of Leo is kind of more like my way or the highway. They're natural born leaders and they prefer to be the leader. And so it's kind of like, okay, I'm the leader, do it the way I say kind of energy. So that's the main conflict in this moon. There's always opposing energy from the opposing sign. And the people that feel this energy the most are going to be like the Aquarius and Leo energies. So for Sagittarius, this is saying that you are in for an energetic upgrade with this full moon energy. And we have the moon energy. So right there, this is talking about, the moon is talking about, your emotions. This lobster is wanting to climb out of the emotional water here and get on his path to glory. Now there's this dog and this wolf, and they're both howling at the moon, and he's wondering, how the heck am I going to get past these two? He doesn't want to have to go around because that's going to take way longer. He's a lobster. It takes him forever to go that far around his path. He wants to go down there. So he's kind of waiting to see if they get tired and they fall asleep or, get so enthusiastic about howling at the moon that they don't notice him sneaking by if it's a little bit darker. So he's wanting to be on that path of glory. And this also represents eclipse energy. So we did have eclipse energy February 17th and March 3rd. And that is winding up. The eclipse energy lasts for about 6 months. So if you look back to that time frame, February 17th to March 3rd, whatever was going on in your life back then. If you've been following me for a while back then, I suggested writing down like just 10-point form goals that you would like to reach. And they didn't have to be, it could even be just clean out that one closet that you've been avoiding, that type of thing. And, or big goals, whatever they are. And then put it away, and 6 months later, take a look at it and see. Like we have, this eclipse season is pretty much winding up right around now, because the next new moon will be the next eclipse, and that will be in August, mid-August. So We'll be starting a new eclipse season then. So this is kind of, if you did do that, check it out now and just see, like, is there anything else? The full moon is a great time to let go of anything limiting you. The magician does have an Ouroboros around his waist, and an Ouroboros is the snake biting its tail. And it's representing letting go of anything that is holding you back. You know, the snake sheds its skin. And when you're a magician and you're wanting new energy, you need to make room by letting go of the old to let the new in. So this is talking about that being a good time, especially with this energy here. Take a look if you did write that down. Write in the comments below if you did that, how surprised you are at how much you actually accomplished. I accomplished 8 things on my list, and I forgot that I said I was going to do them, some of them. So I was pretty happy with that because, I mean, 10 items is quite a bit. But depending on the goals that you chose, of course. But this is talking about as well, now we have the energy of the full moon, new moon in the 8 of cups here. And the cups in tarot do represent love, quite often romantic, but it doesn't have to be. It can be love of anyone or anything, and even something you love to do or be. Now, this person's walking away. This could represent your energy of walking away from something that you know, there's only 10 cups in the tarot. So with 8, it's saying that you've put a lot of energy and effort into something, but you're walking away from it at this time. Now, this energy in romantic love, quite often this can be like we have 5 cups that are perfectly lined up, and then we have 2, and we have a gap in the middle here and a 3rd cup. Sometimes this energy can talk about a third-party energy. So you may have walked away from a relationship because your partner was in a third-party energy, or this could be you walking away because you are in a third-party energy. And have decided to head off with that person instead. You know, you would know what this is. If it's not about romantic love, it most definitely could be about walking away from family or from friends or something happening and like finding out, okay, I have to walk away from these relationships. It also can be talking about something you love to do or something you love to be. So you might have you know, a business or something that just wasn't working out and you have to walk away from it, or just something that you really love to do. And maybe you're starting a new career, that type of thing. A lot of people are stepping into the new these days. There's a lot of astrologically, all the energy is supporting new energy rather than hanging on to the same old. And we do have the World card here. So this is talking about, you know, the Fool starts his journey, a new cycle at the 0 point. And when he gets to card 21, that's in the major arcana. It's talking about the completion of a cycle, that you've learned everything that you have to learn from this cycle, that it's time to move into a new one. So it's talking about starting a new cycle in a new way in a new world. It's saying you've had some success, so congratulations with that. You've done what you needed, whatever this was, even if it maybe isn't what you thought you were going to accomplish. It is like I was saying at the beginning here with making that list. You may have accomplished a lot of other things that weren't on your list, and so this is talking about completion, and it's kind of relates to this energy as well of moving into a new cycle, new energy. And then in the Leo energy opposing this energy, we do have the old energy wanting to come back in. This card was coming up a lot in a lot of the readings because this is the 6 of Cups is representing reconciliation. And so reconciliation would imply that there needs to be forgiveness of something, you know, to reconcile with someone. And so if this sometimes could represent someone from your past wanting to come back in and say, you know, let's give it another go, or, you know, that type of energy. Now, sometimes this card just represents a reunion. Maybe a lot of people are, you know, heading home and going, you know, on trips so that they can catch up with people from their past. There's a lot of reunions in that. You know, the children are out of school right now, so a lot of people are traveling. So it could just represent a reunion or some sort of unfinished business that you want closure to. We did have Mercury in retrograde, but yesterday, from today's reading, it went direct again. Now, it takes a while for the communication to straighten out to 100%, but basically it is saying that you know, communication is getting better and more clear. Technology should start working again properly. You know, but still there could be some loose ends there. And so this energy is also talking about, you know, sometimes miscommunicating with other people. And maybe that's where the forgiveness comes in, and there could be reconciliation. When we have Mercury retrograde, we quite often do have any energy from the past comes back in and says, hey, if there wasn't closure, I want closure. So it's not uncommon for people from the past to come in. And I mean, that was just yesterday that Mercury started going direct. So it still might be lingering. But sometimes this can also talk about reconciliation of your childhood. So the way that you were raised, or some energy that you maybe need to let go of from your childhood, that maybe you're starting to realize that, oh, okay, if you had to let go of some people, that might have something to do with it. But this card, when you look at it, it has a lot of illusions in it. At first, when you look at it, you think, oh, there's some children playing, you know, out in the yard, and they're playing with these potted flowers. And then you look again and you go, wait a minute, that's not a child, that's a gnome. And that's a little woman. And that little woman looks like a hag from the back, and she looks like young from the front. So, and both of them are wearing this white mitt. Neither one wants the flowers. The old hag, she's like, go away from us. You know, we don't want your stupid flowers. They're not even yours to give away. And the younger woman is being nice. She's explaining to the gnome, you know, we have our finery on, and we don't want to get our hands dirty. And so this is basically saying, are you going to be a people pleaser? If someone from the past comes in that has caused, you know, you to walk away, like in this energy, or walked away from you in the past, are you going to let them back in, or are you going to believe them when they behave the way they do the first time around? Which is fair. Like, when, you know, people can change, and people also tend to show us exactly who they are the first time around. So that would be totally up to you. But it is saying, you know, be careful of your people pleasing and taking past energies back in if they've caused you problems in the past. And we also have an energy here of the white flowers in the containers here. The white flowers in tarot represent innocence, but these flowers are not innocent because they are from the nightshade family. And if children or pets ever ingested these, they could become very ill. So it would not be something that you would have in potted plants in your yard if you had children, and you would not have it around pets as well. Shamans sometimes do use datra. That's the common name for it, to be able to create visions in their ceremonies for people to heal from childhood wounds. So this could represent that you have illusions about your childhood, and you're just maybe finding out now, hey, the story I was told about my childhood is very different from what is coming out now. And it could even be how, you know, from a child's point of view, the way you looked at a situation, it being different from that. We also have someone that was watching over them, the children in the yard, but it really isn't. It's a stranger walking down the path. So there's a lot of illusions in this. It's saying that you could have a lot of illusions regarding the past. It doesn't have to be someone from your childhood coming in from the past, but, you know, just be aware of people from the past. It's not uncommon, just as Mercury retrograde is going direct, even for them to show up. And then we have this energy here of the, you know, having a strong foundation for the new. And this is basically like the official marriage card in the tarot. It's talking about commitments, partnerships, and marriage. Now, it doesn't have to be, this could be about a new business you're starting or moving away and starting a new life. It's talking about entering a different way of doing things and having a strong base to be able to do it in. Do you want to come up here, Stella? Come, love. Oh, there we go. Good girl. Did you fall asleep? All right. Sorry, my cat, she was sound asleep in the other room, but she likes to be here for the reading, so she's here. All right. Are you going to be a good girl now? All right. Okay. So sorry for the interruption. So this is talking about, having a strong foundation. If this is about marriage, which it quite often can be, it would be basically saying that you have the down payment for for your castle. Congratulations on that. That's quite a feat. And that, but you're still going to have to make the mortgage payments. And then it's also talking about, perhaps the question was popped and both people said yes, and you're working on the wedding, and then it will be the marriage. But it's saying this is a strong foundation for a new beginning, a good base. But you're going to have to continue to put your energy in for it to be the ultimately fulfilling experience that you want. And it does look like there could be this energy of a soulmate energy coming through. This energy represents two people who are very balanced in their masculine and feminine energy within themselves, and they have a soul commitment, that the agreement that they make before coming to this realm. And this is talking about both of them having a very strong connection to source energy, very strong communication, and to the Most High. And this is saying about meditation and prayer and being able to communicate really well with each other, sometimes telepathically, and also within themselves. Now, this is talking about quite often a romantic relationship, but it doesn't have to be. And it also can be talking about, if you're not looking for love or new love, it could be talking about you approaching yourself and having new love for yourself and being very balanced now in your masculine and feminine energies and having that very strong connection to source energy, being using your intuition as well as your logic to have a good life, a good lifestyle. And so we do have this energy. If you look from this energy to the energetic upgrade, it's talking about this full moon. Maybe there's going to be a real big surge of energy for you. You might have a lot of aha moments for this. And remember, like the Leo energy is talking about really, really valuing your individuality. And that's the beauty of a soulmate connection, is that, they don't need to complete each other. They want to be together because they enjoy each other's company and they empower each other. And they might, quite often this energy is very different. So they could be totally opposite, yet when they get together and they start talking, they'll realize, hey, that happened to me when I was little and that happened to me at that age. And they have a lot in common, even though they may be very different from each other. And then with the reconciliation energy, and it's an energetic upgrade, maybe if you are lacking closure on some sort of situation, this could be saying that you're going to get that closure and be able to really move forward with a fresh new start. We also have this energy of having this strong basis after walking away from something. So generally, like this is saying that there could be a lot of change coming up with this full moon energy. And, remember, we do feel this. We have a tendency to feel it 3 days before and 3 days after quite intensely, sometimes much longer before or after that. Check out this energy of this eclipse energy as well. It might surprise you how much you've actually have accomplished. And yeah, I feel like this is saying there's a lot of opportunity coming your way with this full moon. I'm going to clarify this for those that want further clarification. If you're leaving the reading here, thank you for your time and energy. I very much appreciate your likes, comments, shares, subscribes. It's really helping me build my channel. I'm going to clarify with my oracle. My oracle is Tales from the Vector. And the numbers on these cards represent the energy or the paintings as they're listed in the gallery on my website, talesfromthevector.com. I will put them in the description box below so that you can take a look if you want to. They say a picture paints 1,000 words. So, you know, it might give you further clarity if you want more clarity after this part. So we're clarifying here. And we have the Capricorn energy coming in right on the Magician here. So this is talking about being able to see all the possibilities in the challenges. And this is, Capricorn is probably the most ambitious of all the signs. It's the most mature of the element of Pentacles. We don't have a lot of Pentacles in here. Pentacles represent the Earth energy. So this is talking more about being able to create the physical, like the physical matter of your 3D experience. So this is saying you have that potential here with this Capricorn energy. I just want to point out that when I do have horoscope signs show up in my readings, I'm not talking about individuals. I'm talking about the energy of each of the signs. So Capricorn is, they are represented by the energy of their glyph is a mountain goat with a dolphin tail. They're very good at climbing mountains, and you can imagine climbing a mountain with a dolphin tail, and the front end hooves, but you have a dolphin tail on the end. So this is talking about being very determined. They take consistent steps of action. They can be very responsible that way, and are very good at seeing the possibilities that when they're faced with challenges. And then we have the Libra energy coming in. So this is talking about having a mature adult ability. Like a lot of times if relationships do break up, it sometimes can be that when we got into them, and with this card here, it could be very possible that you got into the relationship when you were not mature enough to understand what, like if you did say you were going to get married and it didn't work out, or you made promises to each other. Maybe you just weren't mature enough to be able to recognize what a strong commitment that would take. And just now you could, instead of having expectations of how those relationships are, now you have a better idea how relationships can really be quite challenging. And you could anticipate a strong future by being able to take what you've learned from the last cycle and putting it into the energy if you're looking for a situation with new love. And if this is more about new business, new adventures, whatever that is, it's saying that, take what you've learned from the past cycle and use it now. And we have use your insight as well. So this is talking about the third eye chakra. If your insight, like if your intuition is saying, hey, it's time to move on, something is going on and you don't quite know what it is, you just feel that really strongly, and you've looked into it as much as you can, you may find out this could be saying there could be some more information coming up. Now remember, this Aquarius energy is saying that maybe you might have a family, or there could have been something going on in your family. You could have had sick elderly parents or something like that. And so for a time frame, maybe in this cycle, you were inundated with a lot of, extra responsibilities. This could also be saying, this energy here. And now maybe things have shifted and you're able now to not have to put so much focus on the group and be able to deal with looking after yourself and your own individual needs better. And then we have the energy of deception. So definitely it does look like this is confirming that someone did walk away. There was some sort of deception here. Kiss me good. There was a hex in the city. So this is basically saying if your intuition is telling you that something's not quite right in your significant other relationship or in a business partnership or something, you don't want to go accusing people like without any proof or anything, but you want to look into it. You want to trust and have faith in your own intuition, because I feel like this is saying that the deception, and it could be even from a very young age, has caused you to close that cycle. and you're like, done. When this card is saying DONE, done. I'm not doing this anymore, period. It's like, it's over. And so then we have this energy here. Yeah, there could be anger involved. You might, anger is a karmic space that we can all fall into. The thing is, sometimes anger can be very motivating, but it's not reliable to, like to hang on to anger for long periods of time. It's really hard on you, and it actually is the gift that keeps on giving. Like anger gets passed down from one generation to another. So this could be talking about maybe that something happened, when you were a child, and it was about, more to do with your ancestors or whatever, your parents and your grandparents, and it's caused maybe them to be angry, and then they passed that anger down, and they were angry when they were raising you, and maybe that's something that you needed to work on to be able to open up to another relationship. Then we have the Magician on top of this energy here. So this is definitely saying an energetic upgrade in an upcoming lifestyle after completing this cycle, that you have done a lot of really good work. You've worked on yourself and worked to, gain the skills that you need to be able to get through life and be more efficient with your energy, I'm getting, and a lot more in the know. So you may have learned some things the hard way, but now that the good thing about learning things the hard way is that you usually don't forget them. And so if you learn something the hard way, if you get this, maybe some sort of closure could really allow you to let go of anger and about the situation, and really move forward 100% lighter, especially if you have a soulmate energy coming in. Quite often, this is talking about when you really do let go of the past energy, you're on your destined path, and you're ready for like this new love coming in that's like doesn't have all the drama and all of that attached to it. We do have, there we have it right there. That was what I was picking up. So life's a slice, hold the drama. You've had enough drama in your lifetime, I feel like, to last not just this lifetime, but several. So you might have been like inundated with drama, and sometimes life can be that, but like it seems like this cycle is now over. And if you're looking for like a more peaceful existence, having a soulmate energy come into your life is like, it's such a breath of fresh air. It's like the energy is like you're not trying to complete each other. You don't need to prove anything to each other. You just enjoy each other's company a lot, and really empower each other. And it's sometimes, as I said, this energy can be very opposite, but that can be a really good thing. Like you're opposite, but you understand each other because you both have been through similar life experiences. And that opposing energy can actually, it's talking even of that bigger energy. That opposing energy can be really beneficial. Like if you have someone in your life who has had life experience opposite from you, but they understand the feeling, that could really go a long way into you not having any drama in your, the last place you want the drama is in your significant other relationships. I feel like this is a really, really good reading for you, Sagittarius. Let me know in the comments below how you enjoyed this spread. I'm liking it. I'm getting a bit of a rhythm for it now. The first readings weren't as good as these ones. Now I'm understanding how to read it better. It's something I was working on because I just really want to focus on the new moon and the full moon, the energies, so that we can use it really wisely to be able to move forward in the strongest way possible. Thank you for your time and energy, and likes, comments, shares, subscribes. I really do appreciate them all. It's helping me build my channel, and I very much do appreciate that. I will be back with another reading for you soon. Bye for now, Sagittarius.